So today guys, I'm going to show you the cheapest fish in marine fish keeping. Yes, this is a saltwater tank, and here are my extra cheap fish, marine mollies. You might be wondering to yourself, why keep a marine tank if you're going to be keeping mollies in there? You also might be wondering, how the hell have I got mollies in a marine tank in the first place? Aren't they a freshwater species? Well, yes and no. Firstly, mollies in the wild, and these are sailfin mollies. And sailfin mollies are different to your regular mollies that you get in a fish shop. These are the bigger ones. They have massive sail fins. These are juveniles still, so that's why they haven't developed that yet. But in the wild, sailfin mollies do go in and out of fresh and salt water. No one's really worked out, as far as I know, why they venture out into salt water. Could be to breed, could be for extra food and so on, but they do. And what that means for us is that we can put them into a marine aquarium. So a lot of people have been doing this already. I'm not the first person on the earth to do this, but it's actually quite widely unknown that this is possible, and even how to do it. I already have a video on how I acclimate mollies across to salt water. I'll put that in the description. It's not particularly hard, but unfortunately there does tend to be a few losses. But once you've got them across, they will breed with each other as well. And you can see my tank is just becoming full of little baby mollies. They have also recently spawned today, I think, because you can just see some tiny little mollies there. And they will survive, hopefully, in this tank. And I'll have a never-ending population of sailfin mollies in my saltwater tanks. But why would you even do this in the first place? Why not buy clownfish? Why not buy tangs and all the variety of wonderful saltwater fish that you can get hold of these days? And the answer is, I still do that. I have a tank up here full of those species. I've also got tanks elsewhere full of those things. But mollies are the most useful fish you can put into a saltwater tank. The reason being is they do the same thing in saltwater that they do in freshwater, which is constantly, when they're not breeding with each other, look at these randy little guys go, they constantly nibble and nip and graze on algae from all the surfaces in your aquariums. So I use this, and you can see him doing it now, I use this as a free cleanup crew for my tanks. One of the worst things in a marine system is to be getting algae everywhere, and we struggle all the time to keep our tanks clean. Little did we know that there is a fish that is perfect for that job, as long as we can acclimate them over to salt water. The good thing about these mollies is I've kept them in a reef tank with other fish, and they don't tend to actually be attacked by anything. So as long as your tank mates for them are reasonably docile, they'll be left alone to swim around your tank, and you can just leave them to graze peacefully on all of that undesired hair algae. And they do a really good job. I mean, they're not going to stop you from having to clean your aquarium, clean your glass and so on. But in terms of what I use them for, obviously I keep macroalgae. If you've never seen this before, it's a type of marine algae used for decoration in saltwater tanks. I grow it pretty much exclusively in my system, so all of my tanks are a bit dirty there, excuse that. No mollies in those ones. But I grow lots of different species of macroalgae, and I find that mollies are the perfect fish to get in amongst the fronds of my algae, remove the debris, remove the algae that I don't want growing on them, and keep everything looking healthy and fresh. So I would highly recommend, if you can get hold of sailfin mollies, then to get some of them and acclimate them over to your marine systems. Even if you keep them in your sump, if you get a male and 2 females, you'll have a nice breeding population in no time. So thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like and also subscribe to my channel. Once again, thanks for watching, and happy fish keeping.